Hello everybody, welcome back to 2KU Saturdays, Week 3 here in Baton Rouge, one of two Death Valleys. A title split by two different teams in two different stadiums. The number 13 Clemson Tigers and the number 4 LSU Tigers both claim their stadiums as Death Valley, but only one could be on top here as in this ACC-SEC showdown. The Tigers and the Tigers battle for supremacy. Both of these teams oozing with experience from front to back. Clemson's main headliner being star transfer quarterback Travis Heller, who has proven in the first few games to be the real deal for the... I have to be careful, I can't keep calling them the Tigers because the other team is also the Tigers. Clemson will get the ball first to start, and they'll need it in the end zone for a touchback. There's the guy, Heller.
We found that out this week talking to him.
We sure did, Brad. It was interesting this week.
Senior, he transferred from Division II's Black Hills State. He was one of the best quarterbacks in D2 history the last few years, and he was a hot market item in free agency. That was the handoff to the halfback number 25. We'll pull up the name for you in a second here. That was Eric Lawson, a senior, as he gets another carry here and another first down. 16 yards. And on 2 plays, he's already got 31 yards.
First down.
Heller hands it off, and there's another 5 yards for Eric Lawson.
That brings up 2nd and 5.
First pass of the day for Heller. Finds a man open for the first down. That is the throw to Marcus Taylor, the junior, for 19 yards. And immediately, Clemson is surging down the field. Short throw is caught on the target to Andy Bailey. This Clemson receiving corps full of experience. 3 seniors in the main 4, as well as the junior Marcus Taylor. There's another handoff. Number 25 gets another 5 yards. As I don't know why, but the mascot for Clemson is wearing the wrong jersey.
Down and goal to go. Ball on the 8-yard line.
That was the old school Clemson from the 2000s. Heller
Quick strike and he drops it.
can't connect. The receiver drops it.
Here's the 8th.
Here's 2nd and goal.
That brings up 2nd and goal.
LSU, the favorites going in to win the SEC this season. Running back can't find anywhere to go, and they'll lose a yard. That's the backup running back, Dennis Sullivan, who got the handoff.
Sacrificed their bodies in there and stuffed it.
Really one of the very tough places to play in college football, and it's no
A
different
lot of noise
today.
here on 3rd and goal. Heller to the end zone. Touchdown.
To his receiver, touchdown.
Andy Bailey, the senior.
That was a well-drawn-up play for the wideout.
Yeah, they saw something upstairs. It led to a touchdown. You can
In
think
the
the
back left corner of the end zone. And Clemson will strike first. Another thing I forgot to mention, these teams have pretty similar fight songs as well.
And he hits the PAT. So a 9-play, 75-yard drive, and it results in a touchdown.
Brad, I thought the offense did a really nice job.
LSU, one of the last teams in Division I
One
to still have the double-legged, the double-based goalposts, as you see there. A very unique look,
So let's see what the
as
offense
opposed to
can do
everywhere
as
else
they
in
come
college
down to the
football,
field.
with the standard fork design. It's really a feature I wish I'd see more. Here's a run for the quarterback, still on his feet,
He's shoved out of bounds.
pushed out of bounds after a 10-yard gain. This is the new starting quarterback, Courtney Davis.
Ball on 34.
And after Rashawn Robinson was a starter. Oh, look at this play. He's going to lose yardage. Big defensive stop on the option play to Wes Kelly, the senior receiver. 3rd and 4. You don't want to start with a 3 and out at home. Over the middle, has a man open. 1st down. 16 yards on the throw.
There's good chemistry between these two. They like to run through all their routes before the game. And I have to say,
Would that be, that would be,
this one even started.
it's Terrence Simmons, the sophomore.
1st down, 10 yards to go. Ball on the 46.
Play action.
Setting up the play action.
He'll throw it.
Quick shot to the tailback
drops
through
it.
his hands.
Here comes 2nd and 10 for LSU. Screenplay. He can't get enough blocking, and it'll only be a 3-yard gain to Jesse Crawford. He was a standout for LSU last
3rd
season.
down, 7 yards to go. Ball on the 49-yard line. Empty backfield, quarterback in the gun. 5 wide receivers.
There's a throw to the left sideline.
Grab and steps out right away.
Stays in bounds. That's Brian Neal. Big pass play. Kept a foot in bounds. I don't think I've ever seen that animation. First and 10. Option play, quarterback keeper.
And down he goes. Right
And
around
another
the 20.
9-yard run for the quarterback, Courtney Davis.
This is the 8th play of this drive.
Handoff. This is Jesse Crawford's first big carry. A 10-yard gain.
Elated with the way his offense right now.
And another 1st
They're
down.
not in a hurry, but they're very, very methodical and very consistent with their approach. That's a 3rd 1st down that they've picked up on this drive.
1st and 10. Gonna run out of time. He'll throw it
Tries to get around the
right.
corner. He gets
Finds a
hit out of
man.
bounds.
Jesse Crawford will get
Right around the
3.
8-yard line. And this is the 10th play of the drive.
That'll make it 2nd and 7.
Here's 2nd and 7. Quick throw. Almost intercepted. It's broken up.
The intended receiver on the play.
So far this drive, the defense has been unable to stop them on 3rd down.
Third and 7. He's gonna back it up. Screenplay. Sheds a tackler. Touchdown. That'll be Casey Russ.
I like how the quarterback,
senior.
offensive line, and the receivers made a concerted effort to get into the end zone.
They'll line up for the extra point.
Here comes the PAT. Up and through. And this game is tied. Number 4 staying in it here. LSU and Clemson knotted at 7. Here comes the kickoff.
This one, great kick.
And it'll be
This one's
stopped
gonna be
in
down
the
to
end
the end
zone
zone
for
for a
another
touchback.
touchback.
Every drive's important in a tie game. I look for both sides to come out with some urgency.
So here's 1st and 10. Play action. Quick throw.
There's a strike complete.
A
He's down.
6-yard gain to the tight end, number 86, Martin Thompson. The senior. And this LSU team has been good for some time, but this Clemson team
And he's
had
taken down.
big struggles. Had big struggles not that long ago. They were down in the dumps back around 2017 before completely cleaning shop.
3rd down.
And
You
by
expect this every
2022,
time
they were a
you're here,
completely
and
new
you're never
team.
disappointed. This
But they were
crowd
just
is
missing a
amazing.
piece, and I think this team is really clicking here. There's a throw.
To his receiver, no
Can't
good.
stay in
Would have been
bounds.
a great play if the throw were just a little bit more on target.
And the first 3 and out of the game will give LSU a chance
It
to
looks
take the
like
lead.
They're going to go after this punt.
They're going to try and block the punt. Can't block it. And what a punt it was to the 30. Gets to the 35. He'll get about as far as the 41, 42-yard line. LSU's wide receiver, Jay Mitchell. He's the #1 target. A true senior.
Defensive coordinator tried to do. He tried to change some things up, but nothing seemed to work. It's going to be
Option play, quarterback keeper.
how he can
That's
have
going to be
an
a sack.
impact on this drive.
It's not credited as a sack. They'll just call it a TFL.
Second and 11.
From their own 41-yard line. Second down.
Second and 11.
And it's caught, and he's brought down
Instantly
quickly.
stopped after the gain of 5.
Number 27 brings him down at the 46-yard line. That makes it 3rd and 7.
Third and 7. He's got a
And
man.
make the stop around the
An
46-yard
18-yard
line.
reception to the tight end,
From the
Dwight
46-yard
Carlson.
line. First down.
35 seconds to go in the quarter. Here's the handoff.
Ball is loose.
Fumble!
They throw it.
Recovered by Clemson.
Recovered by the defense.
And so the
A
defense comes
huge
up with
play
a
for
fumble.
Clemson.
Is that turnover going to hurt them?
Well, every turnover hurts, but hopefully for their
They're gonna
sake, this
review it. I
running
don't
back will
think
go out there next time and
fumbled
hold on to
in
the football a
time.
little bit better.
The coach wants to challenge this one, so we'll take another look at the possible fumble.
I think his knee was down there before he dropped it. They'll give us a good angle. Yeah, the knee was down.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So after some discussion, the call on the field is
They'll
reversed.
reverse it, so Clemson or LSU will keep the ball. It's 2nd and 11. There's the handoff. Jesse
He
Crawford.
gets out to about the
Not going to get the
37-yard
first, but an 11-yard gain.
line. So it's third down, and they're just inches away from
Third and
picking up the
inches.
first down.
LSU 5 for 5 on third. Handoff. No problems there.
And he is drilled at the 27-yard line. So at the end of one quarter,
Another handoff to Russ after 1. We're still tied at 7.
back to the action here in the second quarter. It's been a good one and a tight one at this point.
Screen play.
Swings it. They'll bring him down at about
A
the
4-yard
23-yard
reception.
line.
Good work here by the defense.
That is to
keep
Wes
them from
Kelly,
making
another
something more
senior.
out of that play.
This is his first year starting. He played a supporting role for the most part on teams in 2021 and
From the
22.
23-yard line.
He did see some
Second
play, but this is
down.
his first time on the active roster. Pitch play to Crawford. He's got room around the corner. What a stiff arm.
Runs outside for a nice gain.
A 5-yard gain.
That'll make it 31.
Oh, a rocket. He's going to be in the end zone. Touchdown, LSU. Terrence Simmons.
These guys need to be aware this aerial attack
The
is
sophomore in
capable
his
of making
first
some
start
big
for
plays.
LSU.
They've got to get on their toes.
His first year starting, and he's got a touchdown. And that'll put them up 14-7.
And he tacks on the extra point. An 8-play, 60-yard drive. And they come away with a
LSU
touchdown.
with a
Brad, that
win
was a textbook drive.
tonight
They did a really good job of showing balance,
will
mixing the
escape-
play calling with the run and the pass. Just an overall
Will likely
well-executed
escape their
touchdown drive.
non-conference opponents
It's fielded
unscathed.
at the 2. And down he goes
Their last
at the
game, though, is
25-yard
against
line.
Texas. That's not an easy game, no matter how good Texas is.
In a game that's this close, you can't
They did beat
afford to
Fullerton
waste
and
possession.
Indiana in their first 2 games. They open with a pretty tough test week 5 at Georgia. A Georgia team
He's
who
taken
lost
down
to
at about
Louisville
the
this week.
27-yard line.
That's good for a gain of 2 yards. That makes it 2nd and 8.
Looking at the overall impression of the SEC, Mississippi State and LSU are looking good. Here's a good throw. He's got room to run. The throw to the halfback on a screenplay, Eric Lawson, the senior.
First down.
And that's 56 yards through the air for Travis Heller. Play action. Heller taking over for Clemson's Kevin Jones. Deep ball. Overthrows.
This running back runs outstanding routes out of the backfield, but that pass was a little too out in front of him.
That makes it 2nd and 10.
Let's take a look at what Clemson has to deal with. They have a tough game at the end of the year against Virginia Tech, but they've cruised through their non-conference schedule up until this point. Screenplay will get 5. They'll play Charleston Southern after this game. Even if they lose this game, their toughest game is not until week 12. They could be, at the very least, a one-loss team by that point, as there's another first down, an 11-yard reception to Andy Bailey.
You've got the defense right where you
That
want.
week 12 matchup against Virginia Tech will definitely be something to watch. Oh, there's a bomb. Swatted away. I saw Pigbear in chat earlier.
Second down.
This may be the first season I'm comfortable saying your Tigers may be legit no matter what happens here.
That's a great tackle at the 40-yard line.
As there's a handoff to Dennis Sullivan, the second halfback for this Clemson offense. Here's 3rd and 8. He's got to hurry. He's sacked.
The protection broke down. The defense was in the backfield in a hurry, and they brought the quarterback
Thrown
down.
to the
Nice play.
ground by the middle linebacker. And that'll set up a 4th and 15 for Clemson.
Big kick here to try to pin the offense deep in their own territory.
Here's the kick. And it'll bounce in the end zone for a touchback.
This one goes over the goal line, and this will be a touchback.
Couldn't call from corner it. Looking at the ACC, as we talked about the SEC before,
In games like this,
3 teams
some players try to press too
entered
much, and that
2-0
can cause
this week.
mistakes.
Vatek
LSU is up by a touchdown.
Vatek, Clemson, and South Carolina were all 2-0 entering this game. Here's a handoff to Crawford for 6.
That'll make it 2nd and 4.
So it's 2nd down now, and they need about 4 yards to pick up the first.
Looking at the schedule. There's the handoff to Jesse Crawford. A 14-yard gain.
That'll move the chains for another LSU. First down.
Crawford on the right side. He'll get a yard.
That's a gain of 1 on the play. That brings up 2nd and 9.
We got an upset,
Ball on their own 41.
as we mentioned before, with Georgia Louisville. 33-28, the Cardinals getting a win. Oh, there's a rocket over the middle, overthrows.
Receiver.
Number 86, the intended
Courtney Davis will now be faced with 3rd and 9. Mississippi State is currently 3-0 after their win this week against Minnesota in overtime. Davis throws it deep. Swatted away.
Number 3, the intended receiver on the play. That'll bring up 4th and 9.
And it'll be a punting scenario.
Doesn't look like he's going to have
For
much time to get
LSU.
rid of this punt.
LSU, one of the best teams, special teams in the country.
Tackle at the 26-yard line.
And they have a reputation of it there, only a 4-yard return.
Unfortunately, there's 22 guys on the team, and one guy's doing a great job. The other 21 aren't so much.
That's not going the way they had hoped or planned. Right now, you're right. The quarterback's doing what he needs to do to be able to move the ball. But the running backs, the wide
And
receivers,
the rest of
the
our
offensive
highlights,
line, the
Florida
entire group
getting a
has
win
got to do a
over
better
Ole
job right
Miss.
now If you look at that scoreboard, they
The
gotta be a little
Gators now
frustrated to
improve
think that they're down.
to
Now,
3-0
still
on
have
the
time
year.
to get back in the game, and we'll see if they can adjust their mental mindset.
A very entertaining game in Boone. I'm sure Pig Bear would like to see App State beating Charlotte 28-27.
Around the 28-yard line.
Virginia Tech winning on the road against West Virginia.
One of the
Currently
top
saddled
stadiums
on
in the
top of the
nation. This
conference.
crowd comes to play themselves.
Depending on the result of this game, South Carolina losing to Oklahoma, so that means Clemson's the only 2-0 team left in
Gets
the
it. He's in space.
ACC, as there's a first
He's
down
tackled at the 40.
on the throw to the tight end. I believe it's a backup in
That makes it 1st and 10.
on that play. Here comes another set of downs, 2 minutes in the half. And he's going to be sacked. Clemson will call their first timeout.
And drag the quarterback down.
Boy, excellent play by the defense here. A few extra seconds, and those receivers might have been open.
Travis Heller, as I mentioned, the replacement for Kevin Jones, who was a key part in the rebuild of this Clemson
And he hits him hard
franchise.
at the 33-yard line.
A 4-yard reception. It'll be a 3rd and 17
Always a noisy place to play and tough
in
on the
Death
offense.
Valley. Forget about it.
He wants
Oh,
it
look at
all.
this throw.
This one will fall incomplete.
Incomplete. Even if he picked it, he would have had his foot out of bounds. And another 3 and out for LSU. It wasn't a 3 and out, but it was a stall. So the
He
punt's
really got a hold of that
on the way. Taking to the 20.
He feels
It's going to be
the punt
pushed
at the 20.
backwards.
Brought down at the
And only
25.
gets 6.
Momentum swings have been fairly even. And with so little separation, this game can be drastically changed on just 1 or 2 plays. LSU is up 7.
Throw over the middle is
Tackles
caught.
him hard at the 33. LSU's going to use
We had
their
a
first time out of
7
the half here.
overtime
So it's
game
second down
in
and about 2
2KU
yards to go.
as Utah State meets Southern Utah 59-57. Northern Illinois losing their first game of the year.
He gets rid of this
On the
one.
road to
Great job
Iowa
by the defense
19-16.
getting after that quarterback, and right now I think they've got him with some happy feet. He appears to be a bit rattled.
Wake Forest getting an upset win over Florida State on a 50-yarder field goal. Stanford beating Notre Dame. UCF being taken to overtime in their first conference matchup
He makes his way
and only
to the
conference
42.
matchup with Liberty. The Knights would win 33-26.
First and 10. Ball on their own 42.
Indiana upsetting UConn on the road 20-17. There's a throw. First down.
This is going to be a first down.
A 13-yard reception for LSU. That's Wes Kelly. And with just over a minute remaining. Can LSU score before the half again? There's another throw for an 18-yard reception. Clemson calling, or LSU calling their second timeout of the half. That was the throw to Brian Nail.
It's first down.
1st and 10. Davis gonna run out of time. Gonna be brought down.
I think
That's a
that one's on the
sack.
offensive line. They've got to do a better job of holding their
That one's for the
blocks,
left
or else his
end.
quarterback's
2nd
gonna
and
be pulling
12.
turf out of his face mask all game.
Davis.
On the
He'll just throw it into the dirt.
Good job here by the defense. If you let this quarterback sit
3rd and 12.
he'll kill you all game. But they got
Double
excellent
overtime
pressure
game
on
in
that
Lincoln
play.
as well.
Third down
Nebraska
now. They
beating
get it to the
Tennessee
18.
34-27.
LSU up 7 points.
Screenplay.
Quick throw.
That's not gonna work.
In the backfield.
That'll be a loss.
5-yard loss on the play.
Well, that play was
4th
so
and
out of sync from the start,
17.
but you have to also recognize that the defense made a great play. They read it from the get-go.
They're gonna punt it. Clemson has 2
Doesn't want
timeouts.
to let the punt returner have a chance here. He just wants to change field position.
They probably will just let it run. LSU gets the ball in the second half. And that will be it for the first
A
half
tight
here.
first half of
14-7
football,
after
and we head
1.
to the break.
After 2.
14-7, Tigers.
And LSU in control in their Death Valley. As we'll look at our halftime scores here.
Glad to have you with us on the EA Sports NCAA Football 14
Looking
halftime
over
show,
the landscape,
presented by Nissan. Innovation
North Carolina getting a
that
win
excites.
over Villanova,
Holly,
42-13.
studio,
Michigan
as always,
winning on the road over
what
Maryland,
just went
44-27.
down in the first 30 minutes.
UAB
This game's
beating
been
Louisiana.
everything we anticipated it
Mississippi
being,
State improving to
between
3-0
matching each
over
other
Minnesota
blow for
in
blow.
overtime
Just a
in
one-possession game.
Minneapolis.
What do you expect
Michigan
to change
State
things in the second half?
beating Eastern
Well, it's
Michigan
always
23-5.
fun to watch two teams in two games
Yes,
that
23 to
match up
5.
like
UTSA
that. We talked about it all week and how
winning
big
on
this
a
game is, and
kickoff
it's gonna come
return,
down to players making
94
plays.
yards. They
You
beat
know,
Texas
the big play is something that we can
in
keep
Austin,
beating the ground,
34-27.
and which one doesn't
Alabama,
keep that up. A lot
33 to
of
20,
times,
beating
you know, games
UCF
are lost and won
to
by
improve to
turnovers.
3-0.
Giving you-
UConn,
making that
as we
crucial
mentioned, got upset by
mistake.
Indiana.
You can do everything right and you can execute right, but it just takes that one
A
misstep,
Boston
that one
College falling
turnover
on the
to really
road
put
on
you
a
in
Hail
that
Mary to
position where
Cincinnati.
that's
Louisville upsetting
they can determine
Georgia.
this game. That's what it looks like
An
in college.
FCS over
Both teams
FBS
executed
upset on
well. Who's
a
gonna
walk-off
make a
field
big
goal.
mistake?
Stetson
David's ready to get
beating
back on
Tarleton
that
State.
couch, get the remote, get all the games dialed up
UC
to watch what's
or
going on
TCU
around the
beating
country.
Houston.
Time to get you
Utah
back.
winning over
Second half,
Arkansas.
Brad and Kirk ready to roll.
USC beating Washington. Oregon beating UCLA. And number 24 San Diego State beating Fresno State in a close game as we get back to the
Nice
action.
kick, plenty of distance.
Taken from the goal line. This will be our first actual kick return
He's
of the
to the
game.
20.
And he's going to be brought down behind the 20-yard line after a huge
The
shot he
quarterback
took.
leads the offense back out onto the field as we get set to
And
resume play.
stood tall.
LSU is up a score.
1st and 10.
He gets out to about the
A
22
3-yard gain for
line.
Crawford.
Call it a gain of 3 yards.
He's got 57 yards on 9
Their own
carries today.
22-yard line. It's second down.
Second 7, Davis
And down he
finds
goes.
number 80, Wes Kelly. That's a first down. This does feel like a script reversal of our last matchup we saw here, or last year's matchup we had in Week 3, Virginia Tech and Tennessee,
He fights forward to about the 36.
in which the SEC team was completely dominated by the ACC team, in that case Virginia Tech dominating Tennessee. In this
Second and
case,
8.
it seems like LSU is in control over Clemson in spite of a small lead.
He makes it to
And
the
that
38-yard
handoff only
line.
gets 2 yards. It'll be a 3rd and 6.
Gain of 2 on the play. That'll bring up 3rd and 6.
There's a
And a quick
short throw to the
He's
left to
taken
the
down
tight
at
end.
the 50.
Dwight Carlson getting the
From
first down.
midfield. First down.
First and 10. Screenplay is caught.
Caught, and he's hit
It'll
immediately.
only be 2 yards. That's Jay Mitchell. That's his first catch of the day. Second and 8. Davis with time. He'll throw it. Has him in wide open. Sheds a tackler. He's still going.
Fancy play here. Just a
That's
smart
Jay
run
Mitchell.
route. Good protection.
Getting those
and a well-placed
yardage.
ball.
Getting that
Most
yardage
times you don't need
he
much
was
more
owed
than
this
that.
game.
First down, 10 to go. Ball on the 28.
Look at that first down
LSU
differential there.
Is up by a touchdown.
Play action. Davis
action.
throwing over the middle. Has a man open. Sheds a tackler. Brought down inside the 5. Dwight Carlson once again.
Makes it 1st and goal.
We're seeing Pig Bears team in action tonight.
First and goal from the
And I'm going to announce it here. We'll be watching Danny's team next week. We're going to watch, our next game will be UCF and Louisville. Keep an eye out for that as there's the touchdown, LSU. Casey Russ puts it in. He's the senior, older brother of Georgia Tech quarterback Maurice Russ, who we saw back in week 1 against Virginia Tech. These two actually played against each other in the SEC championship last year.
So a 9-play, 82-yard drive, and they add 7 points to the scoreboard.
In the SEC championship last year, LSU got the better of Georgia Tech in that one.
This time they went the entire length of the field. The ball never touched the ground. Great execution by the quarterback and the receiver.
The score now, 21-7. The Tigers continue.
2 sacks on defense, only 115 yards allowed. The yards allowed for this LSU defense in control, proving why they're the number 4 team in the nation, and they definitely needed a statement as the SEC has been put into question. Screenplay. That'll be a 3-yard reception to the running back Eric Lawson. A 4-yard gain for Lawson. Here's 3rd and 3.
That makes it 3rd and 3.
The crowd really making it difficult.
Quarterback's going to keep it. That's enough for the first. Heller gets 6 on the run. Still with his TFLs, still in negative yardage on the ground today. He's going to make that back here.
And he makes it out to about the 41-yard line.
And that's pretty much exactly. Still a negative 1.2 average. But I think that gets him back to 1 yard of rushing even. As he's going to heave that one deep. Finds a man, but he drops it.
That could have been a big play for the defense. Yeah, even though he had a good
I think the defender actually had it rather.
So we're looking at
the result's still the same though as they drop it. It's 3rd and 7.
To be in against this crowd in this stadium.
Screenplay.
Out of bounds at the 43-yard line.
Not enough. It'll be 4th and 4. Down 2 scores. They're going to punt it. The punt's away. Taking the 15 to the 20. Get to the 25. He's got room around the 30. Oh, look at this. All the way to the 38-yard line.
Showing right now that they are not content to sit back and just watch their lead disappear. They're adding to it.
Boy, they're clicking right now on offense. They found their
14 first downs for LSU.
They're trying to extend this lead and try to put
and
this
they
game out of reach.
seem just as eager for first down number 15, even with the 14-point lead.
Let's see if that carries them back down the field.
1st and 10.
This quarterback right now,
he's going to be hit while he throws. Oh, what a stiff arm! Dwight Carlson trucking through a defender. It wasn't a stiff arm. He just lowered the hit stick. Absolutely eviscerating the Clemson defense.
From the 47-yard line. First down.
If you see LSU rising on the polls after this win, don't be surprised. Big run. Jesse Crawford, 32 yards. To about the 15. Jesse Crawford is a grown man. Hand off Crawford. Oh, look at him go. With 2 defenders on him, he still gets 4 yards.
That makes it 2nd and 6.
One of the best rushing teams in the nation. LSU knows how to shut down an offense. They did it against Georgia Tech twice last season. And they did it against Indiana last week. I don't know what he was doing there. It was a loss of 1. Defensive tackle getting credited for the TFL. Still got 96 yards on the day and a very nice 6.9 average yards per carry. Davis gonna throw it. Incomplete.
But it's incomplete. So fourth down coming up.
So it'll be a fourth down. They'll likely kick the field goal here.
Break up the pass.
Fourth down.
A pretty makeable field goal from here, about the length of an NFL extra point. That one's up, and it's through. And with 1:07 remaining in the third, 24-7 is the score. The Tigers on top of the Tigers. And another touchback for Clemson. They have not returned the ball today. They weren't given anything to do with it all those times. But certainly they wish they could pull what UTSA did against Texas. He's going to roll with the throw. The fullback gets a yard. That's the first reception for Raymond Kingston, the senior backup fullback. Every good team needs a big man. And Kingston was the rock for that team. He's hit as he throws. Incomplete, it's ruled. Takes a shot.
Trying to make a play downfield, only to have this defense get to him. He's got to do a better job.
3rd and 9.
Feeling things out a little bit, but at least
he was very lucky. That was the rule. The fumble, throwing deep. Cut! Whoa, look at him go! Look, big play.
He's pushed out of bounds at the 13.
How long was that?
Catch. He went up, leaving his body susceptible to the hit, but he came down
yards
with
to
it
the air.
and got a first down.
I don't think we got the exact length, but a big momentum shift. And now Clemson's on the doorstep. Sorry about my commentary there. I was at a loss for words.
Nice run to the outside.
A 3-yard gain for Heller. Heller has been performing valiantly in spite of the defense in front of him. The handoff, he's got a lane. Touchdown, Clemson. Eric Lawson finds Pater. And they can make it a 10-point game with the PAT.
Running the football. Nobody was going to keep him out of the end zone.
Bear is right, it ain't over.
And he adds the extra point.
Until that final whistle blows.
The kicker looks like he's ready to kick this one off.
Kickoff. Taking from the 1.
He'll take it
5,
from the 2.
10.
He's to the 20.
25. I thought the ball was loose.
The Tigers are really taking no prisoners in this third quarter.
Yeah, to start this second
Look
half,
at those
this
last
is
5
a
drives.
different
Field goal,
team with a
touchdown.
different mindset right now. They've been
Touchdown,
able to
punt
build a
into the
double-digit
half,
lead.
touchdown, and a field goal.
Drive the last time out for this offense, and they'll huddle up for this
Scored
drive.
17 points on their last 5 drives. Can they add to that and keep a buffer here? Definitely, if Jesse Crawford has anything to say about it, a 14-yard run. He's got 110 yards on the day.
On their own 39-yard line. It's first down.
And there's another handoff to the back. Shedding tacklers. He'll get 6 yards.
This is still anyone's ball game as we head into the final quarter.
Crawford is a junior.
24-14 Tigers.
He's got a lot more growing to do as we end the third. 24-14 LSU up by 10.
Welcome back to the action here as we resume play here in quarter number 4.
Here we go.
A score here could be fatal for Clemson. Courtney Davis with all day finds a man for the first down. 11 yards.
It's first and 10. Ball on the 44-yard line.
Terrence Simmons. Option play, Davis is going to keep it himself.
Runs right for
A 7-yard gain. He's got 23 yards on the ground. Courtney Davis serving as the mentor for a young quarterback on the sidelines, Luke Brown.
It's a fumble.
Oh, the ball's loose. Clemson recovers.
Well, if they're going to get back into this game, these are the kind of plays that they
And I
have to
think
make.
that one will
Maybe this get
stand.
them going.
Yes, it will. What a play. That was number 37 who stripped it out.
So now both teams come trotting back out onto the field.
That's about as close as you get to the phrase stripping the ball. Heller will roll, finds a man open over the shoulder for the first down. Marcus Taylor, the lone junior, the top 4 receivers for Clemson. That receiving core full of seniors. Option play, quarterback's gonna keep it. He's got all day to run. Stiff arm.
And he's tackled at the 42-yard
Can't get off the defender, but he will get 8 yards.
That makes it 2nd and 2.
Play action. He's gonna be sacked. That'll be a 3rd and 10 after the left end bulldozes his way.
Third down now, and they need to get it inside the 41.
Clemson has a positive percentage on 3rd down,
This crowd
but something
can
tells
really
me
be
on
intimidating
3rd
for
and
an
10
opposing team.
in Death Valley, they're gonna have a hard time.
under
He's
some
gonna
heat.
run,
Football.
fumble.
They fall on it. Wow.
Clemson
Very
recovers,
close
but
to
it'll be a
turning it
4th
over
and
with no key
18.
possession of the football.
Way to play heads up out there. That's just one more reason to play to the whistle.
Ball did come loose after the hit. Clemson falls on it. But it'll still be a 4th and 18. They're going to punt it with 4:27 to go.
He gets it away. This is a really
Deep
nice
punt.
punt.
Get to the 15.
From the 15.
20 to the 25. It'll be right down the 28-yard line. Give or take. 4:14 to go. LSU in cruise control.
This drive is going to create an almost insurmountable lead.
Their last
This
drive, they
defense has
fumbled.
Really got to step it up and make a stop.
Can the defense play heroics today?
Tackle made.
As there's another first down for Crawford. 131 yards on the day for the junior running back.
Ball on the 38.
Handoff.
Tackle after a decent run up the gut.
We're going to get 5.
That brings up 2nd and 5.
Crawford handoff. He's got room to run. Look at him go.
He's tackled around the 40-yard
Inside the 40.
from the 40-yard line. First down.
Screenplay.
Here's the throw, and I don't think he got anything on that.
He'll get a yard. Wes Kelly with the reception. He's got 31 yards through the air today. And that's 221 yards and 2 touchdowns for Courtney
Less than
Davis.
3 minutes in the game.
He himself is a junior. He hands off to the back.
Tackle at the 27.
That's the backup,
Turning
Casey
up a lot of
Russ.
field on this drive. I'm really impressed with their ball control.
First down, 10 yards to go. Ball on the 27.
Just over 2 minutes to go. Handoff once again.
Forward to about the 26.
Timeout,
Take their
Clemson.
first time out of that.
That brings up 2nd and 9.
A field goal would keep it a 2-score game, as it would only be a 13-point deficit. But who says the
Clemson.
LSU Tigers are going to settle for a field goal as there's a timeout? There are 2 minutes remaining.
From that first down marker.
A first down may be fatal, let alone a field goal. Even worse, a touchdown. There's the first.
Inside the 10, and he's leveled the 7-yard
Clemson calling their timeout.
Their third and final timeout. It's
They're
the
now
next
out
play
of
the drive.
TOs, and LSU is About 6 yards within the end zone.
Ground again. He's tackled in the open field.
Another handoff to Casey Russ.
That brings up a 2nd and goal. Ball on the 6.
Casey Russ, Jesse Crawford, the two backs, and I see Crawford on the right. That's actually the fullback that he has in there. Oh, look at that.
And down he goes at the 3.
They might let the clock run on the goal line.
This is the 11th play of this drive.
The fullback, number 44, that's Lincoln Bell, along with Crawford in the backfield. 3rd and goal. They'll let the clock run, and this score will ice it. They might even just intentionally not score here. They're going to throw it to the end zone. Touchdown! Why not? Icing on the cake. .28 seconds remaining. Clemson's going to take a 31-14 lead.
With the extra point. It was an 11-play, 72-yard drive, and they put up 7 points.
Who said the SEC can't compete with the big dogs anymore?
Scrimmage, and it's opening up some nice big lanes for the running backs.
Taken from the 3-yard line.
Oh, there's a big
Taken
return
down
to the
at the 28.
28-yard line. And
Nothing left here except to see the clock.
there is likely not a
Comeback
chance to
is just
see
not
Clemson come back in this one. 31-14 with 24 seconds to go.
And he's taken down around the
There's a first
48-yard
down,
line.
though.
That gives him 100 yards in the game.
They didn't stop the clock. They're out of timeouts.
The quarterback
20
will still
seconds to
throw
go.
the ball and just let him make a play. It really shows
spike
the
it
trust
with
that the
19
quarterback
seconds to
has
go.
with his receiver.
That makes it 2nd and 10.
It's a 3-score game, I
Second
believe,
down
because
and
if you
10 to
score
go.
here,
Ball on their
you
own
have 21, and you score again, you have 28. You need the most improbable of miracles to win this one. And you're not going to get it when you run it, but maybe with Travis Heller behind,
Makes it to the 37.
you'd have to Hail Mary 3 times.
First down.
And he stops
Let's
the clock
spike
with
it.
a spike.
At least they're a step better than Michigan and Arlington.
From the 37-yard line. It's 2nd down.
Gonna
There's
throw
the
it.
strike complete. He's
The
taken
clock
down
will
at
run,
the
and that'll
33-yard
cap
line.
it. The LSU Tigers claim Death Valley as their own. 31-14 the final score. If you see LSU
The Tigers
potentially
come out on top,
slipping a spot or so
31-14.
higher on the top 5, don't be surprised with how dominant they were here. Jesse Crawford as well. He might have put his name in the Heisman conversation after that game. Courtney Davis may have something to say about that as well. A big day for Davis and Crawford and the LSU Tigers as they remain unbeaten. Looking at these two teams' futures this season. Clemson thankfully has a bit of respite for the rest of the season as they fall to 2-1. They have Charleston, Southern Florida State. They head to Miami before heading back home for Wake Forest and Duke. On week 9, they have a bye before their road trip against NC State, Maryland, and the week 12 matchup against Virginia Tech. Seeing how everything is likely projected to go, Clemson may still be a one-loss team entering that Vaught Tech game, which will certainly be a challenge. As for LSU, they improved to 3-0 and comfortably sit near the top of the SEC West standings. Texas is their next game. They play them at home. Then they head on the road for Georgia. That could be an interesting matchup. Both teams likely would be ranked in that. Kentucky and Alabama, the Tigers get at home before a road matchup against what might be the second best team in the division in Auburn. They also have the bye in Week 9. They play Ole Miss on the road, then Mississippi State, Florida, and Tulane to wrap up the schedule. Mississippi State is still kind of a wild card. We don't know how well they'll play against fellow SEC schools. That'll be interesting to see how the Bulldogs play against Alabama, as they get Alabama, Auburn, and Georgia Tech all in a row, weeks 5, 6, and 7. Florida and Tulane will be an interesting litmus test for LSU at the end of the year. LSU lost pretty bad to Tulane to cap their 2022 season, but it didn't seem to matter. They won the SEC anyway over Georgia Tech. LSU still, at this point, favored to win the SEC West and likely the SEC, though followed in the standings by Florida, Georgia, and Auburn as potential favorites. We'll have to see how that plays out. Thank you all for watching tonight's game. We'll be on tomorrow for the 2KU Weekly Podcast, where we'll talk about more in depth the scores of this week. Don't forget to check in that. Don't forget to check the Type A Joey 101 Discord, where you can check the scores live as they come in. Thank you all so much for watching once again, and so long from the 2KU